on Guardian Radio 96.9.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty. Only on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM.
The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
They say the sun and I shine for all, but in some people's world, you never shine at all. These roads of flames are catching a fire. Showed you I love you, you call me a liar. Oh no, 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 no. Baby, tell me where you gone. I've been feeling for your love so long. We can praise God in the moonlight. Baby, if you with me, better do right. And I've been gone too long, and I'm hoping that you sing my song. I've been on this road for way too long. I've been hoping that we all get along. These roads of flames are catching a fire. Showed you I loved you, you called me a liar. Give God the thanks and praises. I've been on my own, but we ain't never left alone. And if I'm telling you the feeling is wrong, relax a little, friend, this won't take too long. And when you're feeling alone, you can call my phone.
You got it locked and loaded to the Friday, September 27th edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty and your company right up until 6 p.m. Happy Friday, everybody. It's the weekend, and boy, I tell you, if you're on the road out there, all I can tell you is Moosa. Moosa. Breathe. No point to run hot, no point to ruin your weekend. Traffic is everywhere. Still got issues on Shirley Street, East Shirley. They got some work going on there. And East Bay and Camp Road, got work going on there. Please, patience. Traffic is everywhere. You got bucket somewhere in the next 5 to 10 minutes. So just breathe. Just keep it locked right here and we can get you through. All right? I promise. And of course, you know, Talking Heads is brought to you, of course, in part by the following sponsors: the 6th Caribbean Baseball Cup, Burger King, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, the Cleveland Clinic, Eddie Minnis Live, ESC Distributors Limited, Fight for Paradise, Fine Threads, John's Department Store, Joker's Wild Comedy Club, KFC, Naughty Johnny's, Percy's Island Games, Printmasters, and Tropical Gyros. And listen, I like to keep you in the know and get you where you want to go. It is all about the 6th Caribbean Baseball Cup is coming to Nassau from October 23rd to the 28th. At the Andre Rogers National Stadium, is going to be buzzing with excitement as 6 countries, Cuba, the Dominican Republic, Curacao, and the U.S. Virgin Islands, along with St. Martin, along with the Bahamas, compete for the championship title. 17 thrilling games over 6 days. This is your chance to witness the best of Caribbean baseball. Come out and support the teams and enjoy a fun-filled event for the whole family. Mark your calendars, October 23rd to the 28th. For more details, stay tuned and follow the hashtag OutaHere24. Hashtag OutaHere24. All right, with that being said, it is Friday. We're going to open up the lines. And if you want to chime in, well, here's how.
Here's how you can become a talking head. Brought to you by BTC.
Text lines powered by BTC, wide open. You can chime on in. 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. Phone lines open in New Providence, 323-6232. 325-4316, 325-4259. Toll free to any one of the family islands, 242-300-5720, 242-300-5720. BTC Flow Channel 612, Cable Channel 969. And, of course, stream us live. Take us wherever you want to go. GuardianTalkRadio.com. GuardianTalkRadio.com. That's how you get it in. That's how you get it on for fresh news, smart talk, all day, right here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. All right. You know we got a lot to talk about, so let's have a gander at the headlines.
It's time for Headliners. Everything that's making headlines in the 242. Brought to you by the Fine Threads.
And be sure to check out Fine Threads, both locations, Top Hill, Mackey Street, the flagship store, and the Southwest Shopping Plaza location. Both of those locations available for you 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Saturday. New arrivals in stock right now. Check them out online, finethreads.com. Do your shopping online as well, and then arrange for pickup at any one of those convenient Fine Thread locations. All right? All right. Something there for everybody. Casual, formal, all the accessories. Fine Threads got it going on. All right. Here's what's blazing up the pages of the Nassau Guardian News and Views of Madison since 1844. Minister calls rape sentence a travesty. Acting Social Services Director calls for stronger sentencing of a rapist. Story by Rachel Scott. Acting Minister of Social Services Zane Lightwarn yesterday described the 9-year sentence handed to a rapist as a travesty, while the Acting Director of Social Services, Charlamagne Fernanda, called for individuals convicted of criminal acts against the most vulnerable in society be handed stiffer sentences. Thank you, Mr. Lightwarn. Thank you. Thank you. Now, I appreciate you making the stance and saying it is a travesty, because I agree with you, it is. Now, while you're in your capacity, talk to your colleague, Mr. Monroe, about sentencing guidelines and closing some of the loopholes that exist on the books. And get with the AG as well. And you all work it out. But it's good to see somebody from this administration stand up and call wrong where wrong is. So in this aspect, hats off to Mr. Lightwood. Now, what they going to do with it? It's a travesty, but what are the changes that are going to come out of this? That's going to benefit Bahamians. Entrepreneurs call for full implementation of Freedom of Information Act. Story by Rachel Scott. The Organization for Responsible Governance, ORG, yesterday lamented the government's lack of progress on the full implementation of the Freedom of Information Act. The Organization for Responsible Government is renewing its call for fully enacting the Freedom of Information Act in the Bahamas. It said in a press release in recognition of Access to Information Day. We got to get Matt and the crew back on here and talk about it, because, yeah, here we are again talking about it. The citizenry asking for it. Obviously, a need for a Freedom of Information Act, but nothing. Squadouche, bupkis. AG makes case for changing how international tax rules are developed. And Minnis insists commission of inquiry needed into Royal Bahamas Police Force. Story by Tanika Thompson. Former Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis said decisive action is needed to restore public trust in the Royal Bahamas Police Force 2 months after explosive allegations led to a senior officer being placed on garden leave amid a corruption investigation. Minnis repeated his call for the government to launch a commission of inquiry, saying an independent probe is needed, not an open-ended investigation that would take forever. And that's just the front page. That's just the front page. There's a ton of other things we can talk about, and we're going to open up the lines on the flip side of the break, get into the buzz, all brought to you, of course, by John Shoes. And you let me know what you're buzzing on. All right? Let me know what you think about that 9-year rape sentence. I mean, doesn't that scream that we need changes in the judiciary and the sentencing guidelines and so on and so forth? We should take on that. We should take on the Freedom of Information Act. You all know how I feel. Let me know how you feel. Do you really think we need it? Or are you at the chairman of the current administration that we don't need that right now? We ain't got no time for that. And so much more to talk about. And yeah, you disabled parking violators. Woo, I got a couple of y'all to ring up on the flip side of the break too, but you're denied oxygen in the womb, can't park cells. Anyhow, I digress. The Friday, September 27th edition of Talking Heads continues right after this.
I've been hoping that we all get along. These roads of flames are catching a fire. Showed you I love you, you called me a liar. Give God the thanks and praises. I've been on my own.
For fast, reliable, and impactful printing services, look no further. Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life. We stand by our quality products that is second to none. Our affordable pricing and friendly, efficient staff makes Printmasters the ultimate choice for all your printing needs. We can deliver any type of printing services, from banners to booklets to business cards. You name it, we can print it.
Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
Imagine getting full flavor without your wallet judging you. We're taking value to a newer, crunchier level with our new KFC Snack Box. Packed with one piece of juicy fried chicken, crispy fries, and a buttery biscuit, all for just $5.35. Take a break and snack responsibly with a delicious, affordable KFC Snack Box. Order your new favorite deal online with Messenger or WhatsApp Hi to 557-3663 to start your KFC order today. KFC knows value, and it's finger-licking good.
Refined style with elegant taste, then fine threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then fine threads is your place. If you wanna look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, wanna step out and look great, then fine threads is your place. Refined style with elegant taste, then fine threads is your place. Is your place. Is your place.
The Grand Bahama News is available every Tuesday in the Nassau Guardian. You can buy your local paper at Freeport Convenience Stores, Western Bakery, DeGregory's Fine Foods, and Bellevue Gifts. Now is the time to reach your Grand Bahama market with affordable packages, including print and digital. Call GB News Sales Representative Kavandre at 822-6717 or message him on WhatsApp for ad rates. Classified ads are now available every Tuesday as well. Keep up with everything Grand Bahamian every Tuesday in the Nassau Guardian.
Bahamas, are you ready? Keep the Vibe Alive Music Group, along with Alpha Sounds, presents the best of the best. Rake and Scrape Explosion Reloaded. This is the biggest one-day all-Bahamian concert of the year, featuring KB, D-Mac, Abby, Mama D, Fan Sean, Shine 242, The Falcons, and more. Mark your calendars. It's going down November the 2nd at Super Club Races Ground. Tickets now available at BahamasEtickets.com or both Beauty Shack locations. General admission $60. VIP, Skybox, and Skypods also available. For more info, call 394-0819 or email keepthevibealive242@gmail.com. Experience the magic once again with more legends for one night only. Come party with us November 2nd at Best of the Best. Rake and Scrape Explosion Reloaded.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
It's time for The Buzz. What are you buzzing on? Brought to you by John Shoes.
They say the sun and I shine for all, but I am some people world, yet never shine at all. These roads of flames are catching a fire. Showed you I love you, you called me a liar. Oh no, 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 no. Baby, tell me where you gone. I've been feeling for your love so long. We can praise God in the moonlight. Baby, if you with me, better do right. And I've been gone too long, and I'm hoping that you sing my song. I've been on this road for way too long. I've been hoping that we all get along. These roads of flames are catching a fire. Showed you I love you, you called me a liar. Give God the thanks and praises. I've been on my own. But we ain't never left alone. And if I'm telling you the feeling is wrong, relax a little, friend, this won't take too long. And when you're feeling alone, you can call my phone. Is there a better way to go? Teach them something before they lose their soul.
We're back at you on the Friday, September 27th edition of Talking Heads. If you are not in your company, right up until 6 p.m. And let me check out, we're into the buzz right now, all brought to you, of course, by John Shoes. And let me check out the text lines real quick. And I want to know what you're buzzing on. Phone lines are open, 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Toll free to anyone in the family islands, 242-300-5720. Text lines powered by BTC, 422-GR96, 422-4796. All right. Check out the text lines real quick. Hi, Naughty. In regards to that sentencing, that criminal should have gotten 50 years or life. He did 4 different crimes. The worst was that 84-year-old woman that he raped. Our law stinks. I agree, and especially our sentencing guidelines. There's no way. Look, I mean, from a standpoint of legalese, props to the lawyer who did their job. I mean, if you represent a client, you want to get them the best plea possible. Well, 9 years for all of that? That's the best plea possible. Should the loopholes that allowed for that 9-year plea be closed in the legal system? Yes, they should be. Because there's no way you could do 4 different crimes and get 9 years. And I'm talking about armed robbery, theft, housebreaking, rape, a spate of those incidents, and only 9 years? My God. Naughty, the Prime Minister is so slow in speaking proper. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Instead of talking, Lightman should have stood up in Parliament and fulfilled his job description by laying out his suggestions on amendments to the laws governing rape. But as they and the PM love to do, they wring their hands and pretend as if amending laws in the interest of Bahamians is not their job. They much prefer to work full-time on amending laws to spy on Bahamians and make Bahamians slaves again with innovative, destroy the middle-class tax regimes. Tex, I agree with you on a lot of things what you're saying. As far as destroying the middle class, the cost of living. But I got to give Mr. Lightman credit. He stood up and he mentioned and made note that it's a travesty. Now the onus is on him to provide the suggestion. You got our ear, Mr. Lightman. Now what is the solution? So I get where you're coming from, Tex. I hope you get where I'm coming from. Let's get to the phone lines. Talking Heads.
Hey, what's up, Naughty?
Hey, what's happening, Mystery?
Everything good. Listen.
Please reserve all sports conversations until 5 o'clock.
Listen, I'm not talking sports right now. I'm talking this serious thing what you're talking about right now.
All right.
Okay? Listen, that wasn't even worthy of a plea. The prosecution probably was just too lazy to take it to trial. They should have taken that to trial. That wasn't worthy of a plea. You should take that to the full extent and shouldn't accept a plea from the lawyer. Okay? And number 2, I applaud Mr. Lightbourne also, but I haven't heard anything from the opposition. I haven't heard anything from the opposition. I haven't heard anything from the COI on this travesty that is going on. This is unbelievable. We living in a lawless state. You understand? It's disgraceful.
We need
you get 9 years for those criminal acts. That's unbelievable. Where are we? I haven't heard anything from the opposition leader or the deputy or the COI, but I'm hearing from a member of the government. Think about that now.
Now let me do my due diligence and make sure that any press releases weren't put out by either the FNM or the COI. All right, let me double check.
I'd like to hear it.
All right, let me just do that in all fairness. But I agree with you. If there was none put out, why weren't there, something put out? We should hear from you. We hear on you from everything else. Why let's not hear from you on this?
All right, Naughty, have a good
I with you because 9 years, I look at it and it's a spate of crimes and they're violent crimes and you get 9 years. Let's get to the next phone call. Talking Heads.
Hi, Naughty.
Hey, what's going on?
Good day.
How are you?
Naughty, I have a new name now. It's Pearly L, okay?
For what? For who?
For me. That's my new name.
Pearly L. Who give you that name?
Pearly and I agreed.
But you do that on Thursday with Pearly.
Listen, Naughty. The gentleman that spoke in reference to the 9 years, the gentleman on the government side.
Right, Mr. Ligorn.
What is his portfolio?
He's the acting social services director.
Did we hear anything from the actual social service director?
Well, I think the actual social service director may be out of the country or not available. That's why he's the acting social services director. But in all fairness, we heard something. My biggest thing is now, what are you going to do to solve it, to make it better?
Exactly, because we hear a lot from them, They say a lot of things, but the doing of the things is a whole different ball game. Hearing it and see they are now in the position to correct these kind of things moving forward, and they also in the position to speak up and ask that gentleman carry out his complete 24 years, or at least complete 9 years, because if I'm not mistaken, a year is not quite 12 months in prison. I think it's less than that.
No, because your time gets reduced when you walk through the door.
Exactly. So he's not actually looking at 9 exact years. So all of that need to be done. And the gentleman who called about not hearing anything from the opposition or the COI, we haven't heard anything from the Prime Minister, who's in charge of the country, or the Minister of National Security, who's in charge of that portfolio. So, it's a lot of people to get through before we get to them. I understand what you're saying, but it's a lot of other people to get through before we get to them.
A lot of red tape.
Yes, exactly. So let's give it time, because I'm sure, look at what Prime Minister, ex-Prime Minister, or whatever you call him, Menace, look what he's doing. He is out there touting for things to be done with this police force. And what are we hearing from the government side in reference to that? Nothing. So there's talks going on both sides. We just need to see some action now.
That's what we need across the board. A lot of action. We done hard to talk. Let's see the action. Have a good weekend. Let's get to the other calls. Talking Heads. Talking Heads.
Yeah, no, with respect to that last sentencing of that man, it is so ridiculous I can hardly think of an adjective to describe that. What has happened, Naughty, in most recent time is that the Director of Public Prosecution and the Attorney General has a lot to do with what is going on. What they're trying to do is get a conviction at the expense of the victim. It is crazy. They're trying to get a conviction at the expense of the most vulnerable and those who are a victim of crime. This is unacceptable. Never in the history of this country that you have evidence, sufficient evidence to bring the reputable charges and have this man sent away for at least 20 to 30 years, and you get a plea bargain. You see, a lot of people don't understand when you go before a judge, the prosecutor and the defense counsel come together and they say, look, this is what we want done. The judge is only there, the judge only sit in authority to make sure that aspect of the sentence is carried out. But that happened for the Director of Public Prosecution and the Attorney General. They're responsible for this. They are utmost responsible for the miscarriage of justice in this country. And people got to understand that.
They have to.
Of course.
And see, a lot of times I tell people, there's no onus, there's no emphasis, there's no push, there's no pressure, and there's not enough. And a lot of times political colleagues don't apply enough to colleagues that have the ability to change the law. If there's loopholes in our legal system, they need to be closed, especially if they're going to benefit Bahamians, especially the most vulnerable in society.
But the sentencing.
But obviously, if you go back into that kind of practice when you come out of being a politician, you gotta, you don't want it to be bad for business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the sentencing guideline is there, with respect to the that aspect. That act was.
But there are some loopholes in there, and there's still deficiencies in it. So we got to make sure
I agree. There's still
lock it tight.
deficiency, but not to the extent that you give someone with that kind of reckless behavior in society 9 years. Come on, man. This is totally unacceptable. I can tell you back in 1980, former Solicitor General Mr. Hilton, with a murder case, the government at that day made him resign. Made him resign from office. People got to know the history. This is crazy what is happening in our country today. It is just unbelievable.
I agree. It's not the Bahamas. You asked me 20 years ago, in 2024, would it be like this? I'd have told you, heck no. No, man,
Yeah, you see how far back I gone, Naughty? 40 years
right.
ago.
So just imagine.
Solicitor General Mr. Hilton was forced to resign as a result of a murder case that was bungled. All right, so we are not serious about anything in this country.
No, the more things change, the more they stay the same.
All right, my brother.
Hey, but at least you could rejoice, though, on one thing. Yankees clinched. I'll hear from you at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, we'll get back to that.
We'll get back to that. Yankees clinched. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's get to the other call. Talking Heads.
Hey, Naughty. Good afternoon.
Hey, what's going on, Jeff?
Right here, my brother. Listen, I heard the previous caller just now. There's a couple of things that popped through my mind just now. First and foremost, we all know that the Royal Bahamas Police Force has been for decades used at the whims of political parties. We talk about the corruption and we talk about persons on the force, but we still seem to forget the other persons that govern this country, that governs the police force, that governs the National Security Agency, and so on and so forth. We could point fingers at all of them on the top tier. Regardless of which political parties between the two that has held the power or held the reins of this country over the past 50 years. If you ask me, both parties had the opportunity to correct things, to close loopholes, to bring about proper legislation, to enact new things that would give teeth to the heinous crimes that's happening even today. Had they done their jobs in the beginning or throughout the past 50 years, where we are today, perhaps, in my humble view, probably wouldn't even be going on today. You see, we need to stop using these agencies as personal stuff. And also on the backhand of it, while I think about it, we also need to get some of these people in these agencies who do the bidding of the existing or the current and past government when they were in power. We need to get rid of some of them as well. These systems, and it all comes down to the systems that we operate under. They're not perfect, but we don't see enough movement in these systems to close the loopholes, to bring about justice, the true justice. And the justice that I'm talking about is the same bat that you want to use against the average citizen should be applied equally to those who are in power, who have the power to change things, but refuse to do it because, as you so rightfully said, when the current administration, and we know we don't have to make insinuations because we know what's going to happen. When they jump out of power, where do they end up? Back in private life or private practice. This is why some of the things going on in this country, and it's not going to change. We need to hold these people accountable. We need to bring them to justice. And until we do that as a people, ain't nothing in this country. We've been complaining for the next 50 years if we are around about the same things we're going on today. We have to fix this country. Thanks for taking my call today.
All right, Jeff. Have a good weekend. Appreciate you. Talking Heads.
Hey, we don't hate you. You're just naughty by nature.
What's going on, GNN?
If I tell you what's happening, you might talk it.
Well, that's my job. That's what I do. You good, though? What's going on with you?
Well, I getting through it. You know, I'm a fighter. But listen, 15 years ago, I had a case in Supreme Court, and Wayne Monroe was sitting on the bench then, and he fought hard, very hard, to get his plea deal. He was trying to convince every lawyer what was coming in court on that case to accept plea deals, right? And it looks like he has gotten it to move, but I think he's gotten the half of it wrong. You understand? He don't understand what he's doing, because normally, if you could get accused to plea deal, he normally would give the state something in return for that plea deal. You understand? You don't take a single person and apply a plea deal to him, and he can't give the state nothing to earn or deserve that plea deal. And I think that's where the Minister of National Security is getting it wrong. If Naughty do something and GNN did something to get
I do nothing. That's my story, and I sticking to it. I see nothing. I hear nothing. I do nothing. And I need to see my lawyer. I need to see Ian Cargill right away. Hurry up.
Okay, let me see. If Pearlie may do something, right?
I see Pearlie do nothing. Pearlie ain't here, so you can't say Pearlie do nothing.
Pearlie? Okay. If somebody do something to get a concern with somebody else, right? And they catch one, and they can't catch the other one. Normally, a plea deal would come in to something like that. They say, well, okay, if you give up GNN, we'll cut your sentence in that. I think the Minister of National Security them get it wrong. And as for Menace, he talking about police. Menace ain't no different. Because when Menace was in power, Menace do something to the police down there at with that place named the rich place out there twice on 2 occasions. He had to let the police stand there.
Boy, you don't miss a beat. How deep is your file drawer, man? My God, you got file on everybody.
I don't want to say what else he got as a result of that, but he had the police to stand down out there twice. And let me qualify why I'm saying it. Because my daughter was right in the office when the man called Menace and tell the police stand down.
And yeah,
close the place.
We can leave that. We ain't touch that. But you have a great weekend and you carry on smartly. GNN don't believe it. GNN is the file daddy. Oh, Lord. Let me check the text lines. Naughty 9 years is an insult. Text, I agree with you. It is. Naughty, Senator Michael Barnett Ellis sent out a press release from Wednesday. Thank you, Texter. Thank you. And I know I saw something in regards to the sentencing and the 9-year sentence, and my mind went blank, and I thank you, yes. And I will pull up that press release in short order. But I know there was, so there you go, Mystery Dolphin. You called in earlier. Yeah, there was a statement actually made and issued on behalf of the FNM by Senator Michael Barnett Ellis, and you and I are still waiting, I guess, from one from the COI. All right, let's get to this one. Naughty, isn't MP Cornish's rape trial set for October? Let's see if the government makes a strong stand against acts of rape. We need to pull that up, because wasn't there was some talk earlier in the year that trial would be in October, but no specific date. Yeah, I'm gonna pull that up. Thanks, Texter, for jogging my memory on that too. I got some due diligence to do over the weekend. Well, the Cowboys won, so you know I could dig in the crates and dig in the vase and do little due diligence. Hey, Naughty, they gave this criminal 9 years. Maybe it's a mistake. I guess 90 years was the right sentence. Boy, I tell you. All right, let's get to the phone line. Talking Heads.
Put me on, please.
Talking Heads.
Hey, Naughty.
Hey, turn your radio down, please. All right, that's better, man. What's happening?
This fellow only get charged for four or five charges. For 9 years.
For 9 years, there was, according to the...
All right, that's
a string of violent crimes against women, including a rape of an 83-year-old woman, was handed a 9-year sentence, but that included some housebreaking, some robbery, and other rapes as well.
What happened to the car stolen? The first charge. The car stolen to go and look for his brother's killer. He get charged for that also?
That was mentioned in there as well, too, correct?
I didn't hear it.
Because he was charged for that on a previous time, and then when he was released on bail, he committed this spate.
Okay, but I didn't hear he get charged for the cars stolen.
If you read articles that came out in the dailies earlier in the week when it first came down, it does speak of that.
Okay, I just didn't want you to get that car stolen because he only got charged for the rape and the robbery.
Let me break it down to you, bro. It's like this. I steal your car.
Yeah.
They lock me up for the stolen car. I get bail. I come out and I practice one heap of hee-haw and go on a rape, robbery, housebreaking spree. Then they lock me up again, and I get 9 years for that.
Okay, but he get charged for the car stolen?
I guess he got to deal with that case at another time. Because he was charged separately for that.
So he could get more charges because 9 years ain't enough for what he did.
And listen, the problem is not there. The problem is in our legal system. We need to make the changes and close the loopholes on the books that allow for this to happen. No way you should get 9 years.
I see why all these actions going on, 9 years?
And if you and I are both in the law profession and we're politicians, there's no pressure on us to close said loopholes, because when we come out of office, we going back into private practice, and we need them loopholes to be open so we can make a living, a very good living at that.
I got you.
You got to connect the dots, my brother. Have a good weekend, man. Be safe. Well, I tell you, a lot of people got a lot of questions and a lot of different sections talking. Now, I do have the press release from Senator Barnett Ellis. It was issued on September 25th, 2024. And it's a press statement on F&M letterhead. Senator Barnett Ellis appalled and outraged by low sentence. As a female senator and advocate for justice, I'm appalled and outraged by the unduly low sentence given to a man who admitted to committing a series of violent offenses against women, including the reprehensible crime of raping an 83-year-old woman. The sentencing is not only an affront to the victims, but also a clear failure of our justice system to adequately protect women and hold violent offenders accountable. The brutal assault of an elderly woman, in addition to other acts of violence, demands the harshest penalties under the law. To grant such leniency is a betrayal of the victims and a signal that violence against women, no matter how horrific, is not taken with the seriousness it deserves. This man's actions have left lasting scars on his victims, yet the sentence handed down does not reflect the severity of those crimes. We must remember that every day this man spends in prison is a day too few for the lives he has devastated. Our justice system must do better in sending a clear message that violence against women, particularly against the most vulnerable in society, will be met with swift and uncompromising consequences. I stand with the victims. We owe it to the survivors and to all women to ensure that violent offenders are held to account with sentences that reflect the gravity of their crimes. Senator Michaela Barnett Ellis. So there you have it, all right? So there was a statement made, and that is the statement. It's a very powerful statement. And I must say I agree with a lot of the points that she's brought up in her statement. Let's go to the phone lines. Talking Heads.
Hey, good evening, Noddy.
Hey, what's going on?
The point what you made about the politicians, the criminal lawyers, what going back and practice, right? After they come out of right? I agree with that 1,000%.
Check this out, bro. If me and you play Madden all the time, right? And I got the cheat codes. You really think I can try to change the cheat codes or say we can't use cheat codes, especially if I got more cheat codes than you?
Correct. That's exactly what my point was.
Because when I sit down to play, if I know I got the cheat codes, I can win. Well, if I know there's loopholes in the law and I'm a good enough, lawyer, I'm going to get my client off and I'm going to charge accordingly. I'm going to be very successful.
Right. And, we have in place right now one of the, I used to look at this guy as being one of the smartest lawyers, right? When he was out there on the field, right? And to see the type of boo-boos what is being taken place under his watch right now, it is mind-boggling. Because I don't know if you remember when.
That don't take away nothing from his intelligentsia or smartness.
No.
He's quite smart by staying quiet.
Right? All I'm simply trying to say, right? we elected people them to improve the circumstances and the condition of the Bahamian people. This didn't have nothing to do with them personally, because what's going on in this country, it ain't no individual situation, right? It's a country problem, right? And we elect leaders to solve our country problems. We are being looked at in the Caribbean. The people laughing at us. You remember the time when the gentleman from Barbados or Trinidad gone viral all around the world talking about how our judiciary must be living in Mars, right? Because of the fact that we could have we could let a person out for murder for 5, a man on bail for 5 murders, naughty?
Yeah, but if I steal a can of cream from the food store, I gone with no bail.
Have a nice day, my brother.
Have a great weekend. Be safe. All right, good stuff, everybody who chimed in, called in, texted in. And what we're going to do right now is get to the break. Flip side of the break, we got Cuban Willie's numerology report, all brought to you, of course, by the Island Game. And then we get up into the 5 o'clock hour. We'll be talking sports. Pearlie will be in the building. Clint will be chiming in. I think Eric Sawyer will be joining us. We'll be talking football. And my Cowboys won last night, so hey, a win is a win. We talk about your teams in the 5 o'clock hour, because you know me, I'm done in the Winners Lounge. The Friday, September 27th edition of Talking Heads continues right after this.
Feeling is wrong. Relax a little, friend, this won't take so long.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
KFC Bucket Meals, now with large sides. Make your wallet happier with a KFC Family Bucket featuring 8 pieces of juicy chicken, family fries, and 4 biscuits that feeds 4. A KFC Deluxe Bucket with 10 pieces of delicious chicken, 2 larger sides, and 4 biscuits that feeds 4 to 6. Or a KFC Party Bucket with 15 pieces of our chicken, 3 larger sides, and 6 biscuits that feeds 6. And we'll handle the dishes, plates and utensils included, so you can lick your fingers in peace. KFC knows value, and it's finger-licking good.
John, September sale has arrived, and you don't want to miss out on one of the greatest savings events of the year. 25% off shoes, bags, accessories, clothing, and appliances in any of our John Shoe stores or John's Fast Fashion Clothing stores. 15% off Timberland brand products. And don't forget our nursing and hospitality uniform store, John's Care Wear, which is also 25% off everything. Want to help your dollar go longer? Then shop at John's in Palmdale or Carmichael Road. This September 21st through 28th. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
All Caribbean Wrestling presents Fight for Paradise, Saturday, October 19, inside the Kendall Jill Isaacs Gymnasium, featuring WWE superstars, the Hall of Famer Mark Henry, special guests Farouk and Bradshaw of the APA, Lince Dorado, ACW champion Pope Elijah Burke, JTG of Crime Time, and NASA's own Kalia Capri. There will be 10 big matches, live professional wrestling, Saturday, October 19. For tickets, fightforparadise.eventbrite.com. Get your tickets now.
All I do is win, no matter what.
Feeling lucky? Here's Cuban Willie's numerology report. Brought to you by the Island Game.
Wepa, soy yo, Cuban Willie, and it's the weekend, baby. That's right, it's Friday. Time for my numerology report, brought to you, of course, by the Island Game. And I have the double whammy slammy for Joe. The 3 and the 4 ball, the 3 and the 4 pelotas. 3 ball, very nice for you today. The 2, 7, 2, and the 4 pelotas, the 4 balls for today. 2, 0, 1, 5, 2015. Play them and win with the Island Games. Stay winning, my friend.
Play with Island Games. We making dreams come true. Play with Island Games. We paying more out to you. Don't mind the noise in the market. You getting cash in your pocket. 'Cause Island Games is spicy and spicy is tradition. So when you play Island Games, we putting Bahamians first. Guaranteed to pay. Island Games. We like them other jokers. We've been here from the start. From the bike to computer. Island Games. We gonna make your dreams come true. We playing with Island Games.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty. Only on Guardian Radio. 96.9 FM.
We're back at you on the Friday, September 27th edition of Talking Heads. We're into the 5 o'clock hour. We're talking sports. I'm joined now, like I am each and every Friday, each and every day, by Earl the Pearl. Pearlie is in the building. What's going on, Pearl?
I'm right here, my brother. I'm right here. I do have to apologize. I sent you a WhatsApp. It really was not I didn't want to send you the 2-word message.
I don't apologize for none that I send back to you. Enjoy them and use them well.
Okay.
Add them to your arsenal and cachet.
I think.
Yeah, no need to apologize. We good, brother. Save it for when you need it. You know, I get off on funny stuff like that. I have no problem with that. I have a lot.
Okay, man.
But I tell you, the ones I sent you, take them and use them. I expect to see them elsewhere.
I will.
All right. Now, we got to welcome Clint to the show as well. Clint Johnson in the building. What's going on, Clint?
Right here, buddy.
I told you, relax. I told you the Cowboys was going to get it done last night. I told you it was all good. We okay.
Man, that was not getting it done. That was pathetic.
That was not getting it done.
Hey, you got to look at the right side, man. We had under 26 yards rushing, 1.1 yards per carry. People moan and complain we can't stop the run. We stopped the run now. No, man, you got to look at the bright side.
Yeah, but who did we stop against? The Giants?
Hey, listen, the Giants suck, but listen, a lot of teams this year are not who we think they are. They're a different incarnate and not for the better. So right now we're 2-2. We got a 10-day window. Gives Mike a chance to get healthy with the high ankle sprain. I don't know about DeMarcus Lawrence, but we're all right. And the rumblings are strong rumblings now of a potential reunion. Get the Peaches and Herb lined up, reunited, and it feels so good. Allegedly, one Mr. Amari Cooper might be coming back to the fold in Dallas. Those rumors are heating up.
You really make it sound good, but yeah, I almost become a Dallas Cowboys fan again.
Because what we're gonna have to do, if you look at the stretch that we got coming up, the gauntlet we got coming up, we got to pitch up points. We ain't gonna fix the defense. The defense is gonna be what it's gonna be, feast or famine. We got to be able to pitch up points. So I think they're going to try and make a move there.
Focusing on the wrong thing. Y'all need running backs.
No. I honestly believe
a proper running back. Y'all don't have it.
But Earl, right now, anybody worth quality making a trade for, they're not going to free up because of injuries.
I know. I understand that. I understand that fully. I know that.
So we're going to have to work this running back by committee. But my God, listen. If Zeke was an animal, I was going to have to do the humane thing last night and put him down. If he was a horse, I was going to have to shoot him. I'm sorry. And I don't mean to sound like a turd when I say it, but I appreciate the good years from Zeke. Zeke need to hang it up. Zeke is shot.
Yeah, he's definitely finished. He's over that 30 age, right?
Right there. And my thing about it is those carries that he's getting, you could give to Dowdell. I think Dowdell with enough carries could be a serviceable running back for the rest of the year, barring injury.
If he was, they would have been running him.
Well, Earl, they did last night. Again, he had the most carries, second game in a row.
And what did he do?
He ran 11 for 51, and he had 2 receptions, one of them being a 23-yard touchdown.
Okay. All right.
So, I mean, he helped. I mean, could have been worse. You know what I mean?
But I guess you guys were what? One illegal procedure play from getting beat last night. Was that it?
Oh, look how you reaching. I mean, I could have called a couple of plays that should have gone our way that didn't, including a total molestation of CeeDee Lamb for all to see. Who, by the way, came through big last night.
I just think about it.
7 receptions, 98 yards on 8 targets for a touchdown. I mean, you can't be mad at him. He showed up.
No, I'm not knocking it, but I really thought you would have beaten them by 2 touchdowns. That's why I picked you all to win by 2 touchdowns.
Right, but everybody's spoiled on the butt whoopings we put on them last year. But, if you punch me in the mouth 2 times to the tune of 89-17 combined score, I'm trying to play you tight the next year, too.
Yeah, but here's where I'm worried. Because you went on a very detailed analysis yesterday about how bad the Giants' defense is and how many players are out and how we're going to scorch them. And we couldn't barely put together anything.
I said we were going to exploit the secondary, which we did. Ferguson had a big night. No. Hold on, Clint. In all fairness now, if you want to look at the box scores, you got to look at folks who contributed, and we did via the pass because we couldn't do it against the run. We knew at some point the run was going to get shut down. But if you look at the box score from last night, and you look at the receivers, you had Dowdle. All right, you had CeeDee Lamb, 7 receptions on 8 targets for 98 yards and a touchdown. Ferguson, 7 receptions on 7 targets for 50 yards. Tolbert,
7 yards a catch. Let's look at the total picture of it now. 7
all
yards
right.
a catch.
Tolbert had his 3 receptions, or 2 receptions for 24 yards. Brandon Cooks had 1 for 16. Dowdle 1 for 15 and a touchdown. Hunter Lemke had 2 for 14. Elliott had 1 for 5, so he spread the ball around. So we did do it through the air.
You and I and everybody else knows that box scores, looking at the box score and looking at the actual game is completely different. Yes, I know what the stats say and at the end of the day what actually happened, but the way we got those things, we looked horrible.
Hold on. On a short week, you got to tell you what it is. A short week, not as much prep time. You're playing on a Thursday night. A lot of people looking into
the Giants.
And you're playing the Giants.
For the Giants.
And you're playing the Giants. So we didn't have to really get up or get down for this game. It was, to me, it was a business trip.
You should have spanked them really good to send a message. Who you got next week?
Exactly. We needed to make a statement because of how we got just spanked up from New Orleans and Baltimore.
Okay, listen. Now, I'm going to say this now, and I'm going to leave it. And I did it before with Purley. He didn't believe me, and it played out. Clint, you remember a couple of years back, too, when I draw on this, and this is with the Dak Cowboys. I'm not talking prior to Dak. I'm talking all the body of work with Dak and Zeke and this whole crew. We've gone on 2 monumental runs and won a bunch of games in a row against teams we should have never beat, according to the experts. Did it last year? Did it 2 years before that? Did it Dak's rookie year? Listen, you got to look at the landscape around the NFL. We got Pittsburgh next. Who have they beaten? Honestly, who have they beaten? They're beating a bunch of nobodies just like us. So this the battle of we beat the nobodies, and we'll see how it plays out. And they got issues in their secondary. Yes, they got TJ Watt. That's going to be a problem. But at the same time, they got offensive line issues too. Now, next up after that, Detroit Lions. Listen, with a revenge factor playing in Dallas again, the way they lost last year, maybe they beat us. Maybe they do. But right after that, you got a wounded 49er team and the pendulum in that rivalry.
Hold on.
Let me finish, Purley. Let me finish.
Who's wounded this week? Not wounded 4 weeks from now.
Purley, it's not 4 weeks from now. It's 3 weeks from now. And McCaffrey ain't going to be back. Ain't no guarantee Debo gonna be back.
You played them the 27th.
No. Did you see the update today? Debo may actually have a chance to play this weekend.
And you and I both know from a fantasy football perspective, Debo coming back don't mean squadouche because he could go out in the middle of the game again for another 3 weeks.
Naughty, you're
But
playing
again,
them on the 27th of the month.
Purley, that's fine. I told you from the beginning of the year, and I still hold to it. I've been watching this rivalry a long time. The pendulum goes swing in our direction this lap. I'm telling you, whether we like it or not.
You say this every year.
No, I didn't, Purley. The last 2 years, I went against them. I picked against the Cowboys, against the 49ers. What was my mantra? Until we could beat them, I can't pick them. I got to pick the 49ers.
And what happened? Why you may think the Falcons took the Chiefs took to the end, to the limit. They took them to the limit.
Purley, I don't expect you to give me. I don't expect you to give me an inch on this. But at the end of the day, when it happens, I will remind you. No, you don't have to. I'm going to remind you as it happens. I'm going to remind you.
Okay.
How I did before, and you was like, you're annoying me, stop. No. I'm going to remind you as it happens. I'm going to remind you. In Philadelphia, nobody's. And they got injuries too. So.
Now.
And.
But maybe not
okay.
November 10th, not
so
6
what?
weeks.
Dallas ain't going to improve at all through the year. So everybody can be injured and get better, and we can't. Garbage.
I'm not saying that.
Yes, you are.
I'm not. You're
what
saying
are you
the
saying?
49ers. I said you're looking at a team you're playing in 4 weeks. They may not be like that in 4 weeks.
And we may not be like that in 4 weeks. We may.
How hurt is Diggs? Isn't Diggs hurt as well?
No, Diggs had dehydration.
Okay.
Stop.
He's just cramping.
Stop it, you hating salty sack self, boy. You over there,
I'm being real. I'm being honest.
Didn't Diggs have an injury? And didn't this one have an injury? Yeah, no, Waterboy slipped down too, and he got a contusion.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Skinned his knee.
What are you talking about, Philly? They beat New Orleans without A.J. Brown.
Oh, my
Lift up
God.
And cuss. And
Listen,
New Orleans,
New Orleans crapped the bed in that game. They went in there overconfident after beating us 44-19 and laid an egg. Philadelphia is not who they think
were
they
the
are.
hottest team in football. They were the hottest team in
Yeah,
football.
they were too, and they were the hottest team in football, 10-1 last year. And what they did over the last 7 weeks of the season? 7 in a row.
I ain't talking about last season. We're talking about
But
right
they
now.
haven't improved from then, Clint. They are not who you're thinking.
I'm talking about Philadelphia. You're saying they ain't.
And I'm talking about Philadelphia. There's nothing special about them. They're a division rival. We play them 2 times. And from what I seen them put out and the injuries they got, especially with A.J. Brown with the lingering upper abdominal hamstring pull, which lasts long, and you got Devontae Smith in concussion protocol, you got injuries on that team. And you got injuries to the offensive line. And their secondary still sucks. So, yeah, I'll remind you about the Sheagles again, too.
I hope so. We can see. I hope you can have a different spin when if they beat you.
Now, the team I worry about in that division more than anything else, and here's another caveat that I'm going to put at you. There's no clear-cut dominant force in that division, so Dallas still got a shot at the playoffs via the division. Because the division going to be wide open. The Commanders are who I keep an eye on because they play on a last-place schedule, and we all know my theory on last-place schedules. You spoke about it the other day when you were on a Thursday, Pearly. I listened to you. The last place schedules allows you to make up for some games against other inferior competition that had a weak schedule also.
Yes.
Washington, the Commanders are in that position. But they gotta beat the Phillies and the Dallas.
I see you jump from the Eagles to Commanders and you totally ignoring the Houston Texans.
Hold on, wait a minute. Why are you jumping out of my division trying to run to the AFC? Just calm down. I could deal with state too.
No. I'm looking at the schedule.
Fine.
The Falcons on the 3rd.
Okay.
The Eagles on the 10th.
And yes.
The Texans on the 18th. And you get the Commanders on the 24th. That's what I'm saying.
Now, quick question. So you know, we can't stop the run, right? Houston predicated on the run. Their top 2 running backs injured. Mixon
Today they are.
Mixon long term. Mixon ain't day to day. Mixon got some issues going on. Quad, hammy, and the like. So yeah. So I like my chances with Cam Akers in the back there.
On September 27th, that the issue with 2
Nico Collins. Hold on. Nico Collins injured. May not suit up this week and might be out for a couple of weeks with the hammy. So that takes people. But Pearl, you just brushing off the fact when people come back from injuries, they just jump back in and play it. No, they got it. It's a gradual regression.
What I'm looking at is you're judging the teams on September 27th.
No, I'm not. I'm judging them on the body of work.
You don't play them till November. You don't play them for 6 weeks. So you can't say they're injured now and they ain't going to be good enough. That's all I'm saying.
Pearly, if a player has a long-term injury, I could speak to it. A.J. Brown is going to have a long-term... All right, you want to make a bet? I bet you a tropical gyros that A.J. Brown don't play against the Cowboys. And if he does, he's a decoy or a non-factor.
No, what's the bet? Either he can play or he ain't can play. You can't tell me he's a decoy.
I'll bet you two. I bet you one that he don't play. And then if he does play, I bet you another one that he's a non-factor. And if he does play the one, I bet you for him being a non-factor is double or nothing.
Reiterate this bet a little later. I won't bet today because it's September 27th, but I will bet you on it, but not today.
And I know you go paying off your dad too. You better than Mystery though. You better than Mystery. So yeah, and when you look, you calling off teams in a division, Pearly. Division games are totally different from outside of the division, okay?
Exactly.
Okay then. So to my point, you look at the NFC, the AFC North. The NFC East is going to beat up on the AFC North this year. They are, because the styles of football clash. And we've seen it not just with Dallas beating Cleveland. We've seen it with Philly. We've seen it with New York. That division, outside of the Ravens, is going to get spanked up on. And I'm including the Steelers in it because of styles of play. Now, you look at the the NFC South. We may not match up as well as them. The Saints were a good example of different styles and different times. But at the end of the day, the overall body of work on this gauntlet become Dallas could hang, providing any major injuries, we'll be all right. And especially if we add to the offensive side of the football, because it's clear cut that's the route we're going. We're going to start to try to pitch up as many points as we can. And so, there was complaints about the Dallas offense last year till the 4th week of the season. And then from the 4th week till the end of the year, who was the top rated in offense or one of the top rated offenses? Top 3. Cowboys.
Well, you know why I like Janet Jackson?
Why?
Because of a nice song she had.
Well, I like Janet Jackson, and it don't have nothing to do with her music. Everything is secondary.
See you interesting.
Let's go to the phone lines. Talking heads.
Yeah, brothers. What's going on, man?
What's going on, Muffroll?
But Naughty, y'all got to cut down on them penalties, man.
Now, my brother, I agree with you, man. Listen, man, we addicted to penalties like Muhammad Ali's trainer Bandini Brown was addicted to white women.
Man. Like the game ain't had no rhythm, man. Every play, penalty. What number 25 was dealing with, man? You're a little young rookie, man.
He ain't no rookie. The sad thing is he's a second-year guy. Mike Zimmer brought him in there over from Minnesota because he was familiar with him in Minnesota. Boone. But he got toasted on the first play of the game by Neighbors, who's an absolute stud, by the way. Neighbors is going to be a problem for years to come.
Because in 10 days' time, we all go around Pittsburgh playing like that, but Justin Fields could kill you. Y'all can't go around there with all the foolishness around Pittsburgh like that.
Okay.
Ain't nothing to be happening.
Okay.
And then y'all got to get that run game together, correct?
You want to put a weight? You want to put a weight?
You want to get him to 3.5 yard a carry?
You want to put a wager on that Cowboy stealing game?
Yeah, but I got time. I won't bet you on that, but I can hit with the Steelers. I hate the Steelers. My neighbor's a Steeler.
We'll figure out the bet.
With them over the Cowboys.
We'll figure out the bet. And I got my winnings cachet lined up off you, off Pearly, off anybody.
Yeah, and then Daniel Jones, he bugged me too, man. You bet a quarterback. The Giants 3 years ago, the Giants is looking so good. Must he win 8 on a row? Go on, win a playoff game. Gabriel was coach of the year. I mean, what happened to them now?
Look, what you gotta look at is there's a lot of parity in the league. You may sit there and say, well, look, my Cowboys got a lot of deficiencies. I'm not running from that fact. Yeah. But there are a lot of other teams that got a lot of deficiencies in their own right too. There's no special dog this year. One team is special. Kansas City Chiefs. Outside of them, nobody is special this year. Nobody. They all got issues. They all got flaws. They all got skeletons.
Well, Justin looked better than Wilson. He looked way better than Wilson. I see why they gave with him. I think that he looked good because he could run. He got that leg and everything. But my boss Scott, he got 10 days. He got company days to get that team together and get all the all back on par. And then CeeDee Lamb, Taunton, you then getting your head blow up over one little touch.
Hold on. Really. Muff. We've seen way worse infractions of Taunton in the end zone. More recently by your guy, Tyreek Hill, with the whole handcuff episode than what CeeDee Lamb did last night. So please, spare me. Spare me. That was nothing. That was trash.
I ain't seen no face mask. Penalty in the first quarter and thing on the Giants. It cost them 15 yards. And
the ref thought he was reffing a Chiefs game at that point. See, at that point, the ref thought it was a Chiefs game that he was calling. That's why that slid. But yeah.
Yeah, that's why that slid. But now the league look into that. Yeah.
Well, teeth from teeth, God smart.
They ain't like that. They might want to sue over that and all.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, let me let y'all get to the picks. Anyway, y'all have a nice, safe weekend, man. We get together.
All right, Muff, be safe. Enjoy yourself. So I'm not running from the fact that Dallas don't have flaws or deficiencies, but like I say, when I look around the landscape, there's nobody special outside of Kansas City. Everybody got blemishes. Everybody got issues. And some of these 3-0 teams, like the Vikings and the Steelers, they got some proving to do.
Buffalo looking good.
Now Buffalo is another one that I put right below Kansas City. Good point there, Clint. I'd put Buffalo right below Kansas City on how they look right now. And that means,
they're able to run the ball, and they're still able to throw it. Kincaid, my boy's finally starting to come around.
And thank God for Shakir, because now that you got Khalil Shakir being the clear-cut number 1 in Buffalo, I think my little wager with Mr. Jake Ferguson might stand up.
Nah, well, I don't know about that.
Especially if he catch in, 7 a pop, 7-8 a game, we'll see. But I like Khalil Shakir, though. He's definitely stepped in and filled that role vacated by the Stephon Diggs trade.
Yeah, I'm okay with Kincaid getting, 3 catches, 1 touchdown, 26 yards. That's more than Fergie.
Yeah, you ain't getting them touchdowns every week, though. That's the problem, because they're going to try X him out in that red zone at some point. They're going to try to take away him, Kincaid, and Shakir. I think the guy in the red zone is going to be Coleman. I think Coleman is going to be that guy later on in the year. Big target in the red zone. The rookie from FSU.
You still also have Knox. Don't forget about him.
Yeah, but does he stay in Buffalo, or is he gone by the trade deadline?
I think they keep him there. Kincaid isn't fully healthy all the time, all year long. Why not do the 2 tight end?
Two-headed monster will be a good look for them. All right, let's get to the first break, guys. Flip side of the break. We'll get into it, and we'll start talking all the rundown of the games and the picks and so on and so forth. All right, as the Friday, September 27th edition of Talking Heads continues right after this.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
When you jump in your Japanese import and you turn the radio on, all you hear is... For the month of September, the Hit Spot will install a band extender in your Japanese import for the discounted rate of only $79.99, VAT included. Get your band expander installed today at the Hit Spot and listen to
Star 106.5.
Plus, get fresh news and smart talk on
Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
Nassau. Get ready for a night you simply won't want to miss. For the first time in over 40 years, experience an evening with Eddie Menace live at the Amphitheater, Nassau Cruiseport on Saturday, October 5th. Tickets are on sale now. Go to ticketboxevents.com or go to the Nassau Cruiseport box office located in the Junkanoo Museum. Joining Eddie on stage, Fran Sean, Gino D, Ira Stoll, and the Higher Level Band. An evening with Eddie Menace live at the Amphitheater, Nassau Cruiseport, Saturday, October 5th. Get your tickets now.
All Caribbean Wrestling presents Fight for Paradise, Saturday, October 19th, inside the Kendall G.L. Isaacs Gymnasium, featuring WWE superstars, the Hall of Famer Mark Henry, special guests Farouk and Bradshaw of the APA, Lince Dorado, ACW champion Pope Elijah Burke, JTG of Crime Time, and NASA's own Kalia Capri. There will be 10 big matches, live professional wrestling, Saturday, October 19th. For tickets, fightforparadise.eventbrite.com. Get your tickets now.
Play with Island Games. We making dreams come true. Play with Island Games. We paying more out to you. Don't mind the noise in the market. You getting cash in your pocket. 'Cause Island Games is spicy and spicy is tradition. So when you play Island Games, we putting Bahamians first. Guaranteed to pay. Island Games. We like them other jokers. We've been here from the start. From the bike to computer. Island Games. We gonna make your dreams come true. We playing with Island Games.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty. Only on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM.
back at you on the Friday, September 27th edition of Talking Heads. Yours truly, Naughty, along with Earl the Pearl and Clinton Johnson in the building. We're chopping it up. We got all our NFL pigskin prognostications coming up. And I think we'll be hearing from Eric Sawyer and Short. To keep an eye out for Eric. He may be chiming in. I know he's trying to make it, but, that's a busy brother right there. That's an insurance guru right there. He'll sell insurance anywhere, anytime, any place. That dude don't play. All right. So, before we
move on,
yes.
Before we move on in the sport, just put a very healthy congratulations to your New York Yankees and my Los Angeles Dodgers, who the Yankees won the American League East and the Dodgers won the National League West division last night by beating each of them beat their rivals. The Yankees beat the Orioles, and the Dodgers sent the cocky Padres home. So it's done. Divisions are all straight. It's just about a couple of wild.
Yankees won 10-1.
Dodgers won 7-2.
Yeah, but I like the 9-run differential in the victory rather than the 5-run differential. But nonetheless, yes, congratulations to you, my brother.
Next week, this time, nobody remember the scores. They'll just know that the Yankees won, the Dodgers won. Right. They know that Shohei Ohtani is the best player in baseball.
Last week, this time, you guys were ahead of us in the best record, but now you're 95-64, and we are a robust 93-66. So here you go.
So you still have the best record.
You still got it, but you're still a little short. And getting it done. I doubt it now because they're going to probably rest everybody.
We actually had to play against a team that is vastly improved, who played the best baseball in the second half, who everybody picked, and we were the underdogs this weekend. We were the dogs.
And ironically,
we beat them 2 out of 3 games.
And ironically, the Yankees had to fend off the Orioles, winning the division. Yes. You know what I mean? Who are no slouches. Yes. As well as the Red Sox, who just went quietly into the night yesterday.
No, they went quietly into the night a couple of days ago. They were eliminated.
Okay, well, day before. But you still got Kansas City and Detroit, and all of them still alive, boy. That's going to be a fight.
Wild card, yeah. Kansas City, Detroit, Minnesota, all still alive for wild card.
Well, look right now, if they don't pump brakes, it's going to end with Kansas City and the Tigers in 5th and 6th.
Probably so.
Because they both got a 3-game lead over the Twins. So right now, oh man, good old school classic right there. The Royals take on the Yankees. No, the Yankees get a bye. And the Guardians get a bye. So the Royals will take on the Astros. Tigers will take on the Orioles. Wow. That'll be nice.
Yeah.
You guys and the Phillies get a bye. And it'll be the Diamondbacks because they got a game lead over the Braves. So if they hold on, D-backs will take on the Brewers. Mets will take on the Padres.
Yep, and I believe the Mets will beat the Padres. The Mets playing really good baseball right now.
Oh, wow. Well, let's get to this call. Boy, Pearl, we got a big game. I can send you the link to watch at 7 o'clock tonight. Big game tonight.
Yeah. You're supposed to send me that.
Big game tonight, boy. Big game tonight. I getting pictures from the locker room, boy. I got memories of
53.
I got memories. Defensive tackle, my brother. I got memories of Warren Sapp here tonight, boy.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, man. Look here. All right, let's get to the phone lines real quick. Hey, Clint, enjoy the moment now. Because when you look up, they could be heading out the door to school, and then you got to watch them online. Just letting you know.
Yep.
Let's go to the phone line. And Clint, remember Stat Boy. That's Stewie, Clint. That's little Stewie Younger right there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's little Stewie. Off in school, man. Where does the time go, my brother? Where does the time go? Let's get to the phone lines. Talking Heads.
Hey, buddy. I am on the way.
Hey,
sorry,
no.
A last late appointment.
It ain't on the way. You stay on the phone. We can do the picks with you on the phone. You can chime in right here, right now.
Okay, cool.
Because by the time you get it with the traffic with us out there, my brother, oh, Jesus, it ain't gonna wake.
Well, the traffic is a bit nasty, but, one thing I good at is driving.
All right, now, real quick, now that we got you here, we've heard from Pearlie's situation with the Dolphins. You know our situation with the Cowboys, me and Clint. What's going on with your situation in Ninerland? What's happening over there?
We getting Kittle back. May have Debo back. CMC still in Germany, having his ankle, having his Achilles like that.
But looks like he's gonna be gone for a while.
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever they got to do to straighten him up for the last month or 6 weeks of the season, I all for.
At this stage, if Mason keeps playing the way he's playing, I don't risk McCaffrey with all the money I have invested in him.
Exactly. And I really hope now that Purdy's play on Sunday, which may
that was going to be my next question. How did the MRI with his back go? I know he went in earlier in the week for an MRI on the back, but I haven't heard anything since.
There's some sore muscles. And a little bit of treatment. He'd be all right. He's starting on Sunday. But I really hope that we were able to put the naysayers to rest, that he can't do it without the Avengers. Because he played one hell of a game.
Yeah, he did play a good game, but how much was that him, or was that a little bit of Juwan Jennings showing out too? You got to give him some credit too.
Trust me. Juwan deserves the money more than Brandon Ayuk right now.
Buddy, let me tell you, Juwan snatched opportunity, drug it inside, taped it up to a chair, and wouldn't let it go on Sunday. 11 catches, 100 and some yards, and 3 touchdowns?
And that is the same amount of catches that Ayuk have over 3 games.
Man.
Same amount of catches.
So, do you think...
we just paid Ayuk $30 million.
Do you think he's going to be a factor moving forward in the offense, or is it just because of injuries?
I think he will be. I think he'll be more of a secret weapon once everybody comes back in line. Because right now, of course, he's WR1. So, you might as well call him WR1 because,
Yeah, he ain't got nobody else. Everybody injured.
Yeah, Ayuk ain't doing what he's supposed to do. So... defenses this week, but we got the Patriots this week. They have a respectable defense. They should try to target him a little, and hopefully he has the same type of game that he had against the Rams. I know they don't have the same kind of secondary.
And I'm going to get into you about the Rams. I'm going to get you about that game last week.
Yeah.
You all just kaboom my parlay. You all just kaboom my pick. Yeah.
Hey, listen, when the who was it? The Titans? No, it wasn't the Titans. No, it wasn't. When the Panthers won, that just kaboom everybody.
That kaboom, yeah. But still, you all did your own little kabooming with that Rams game too. Though, I ain't gonna lie. All right, guys. We got to pick them quick. Real quick, I want to remind everybody that the Allen Game's got a great promo going on. It's called the NFL Takedown. All you got to do is log on, sign up, www.theallengame.com, and sign up with their sportsbook. Get your account, activated. Once you do that, they're going to give you some bonus bucks to play with. But once you make a $20 bet, single game or parlay, you're going to be registered for 4 drawings. Drawing for September, $2,000 up for grabs. October, $3,000 up for grabs. November, $5,000 up for grabs. And December, the grand prize, all expense paid trip for 2 to the Super Bowl in New Orleans. All right, so it pays to play and win with the Allen Game. And the Allen Game always reminds you to play responsibly. All right, we're going to go Clint, Eric, and Earl. And then I'll chime in with mine at the end. All right, first game. Saints and the Falcons. Man, who you like, Clint?
I like the Saints. Even though Olave is day to day, I like the Saints. Falcons still seem to be trying to get it together, get on the same page.
Who you like there, Eric?
I like the Falcons because they know that they also have a division game on Thursday. So as quick as they could get some rest, wrap it up early, be good.
What say you, Purdy?
I like the Falcons. I think that game against the Chiefs open them up a little bit, and I think you'll see a lot better play this week. I think the Saints going to come back down to earth this week as well.
No, I like the Saints in this one, and I think they played down last week against Philly. I think they were disappointed after the hot start they got off to. I think they get back on the winning track this week. It's a division game again, big NFC South matchup. They know each other well, but I think the Saints have a better defense overall than the Falcons, and I think that's going to be the stickler in the game right there. The Saints defense gets it done late, and it's going to be a tight game, but I like the Saints. Bengals and the Panthers. Who you like, Clint?
Yeah, man. I'm going to say the Bengals are going to win. I just don't believe that Carolina is going to match up. And like I said yesterday, Joe Burrows, he's always starts off horribly for the first 3 games, and then he starts coming out and playing really well. So I'll take the Bengals.
Who you like, Eric?
When the upset bird is starting to flap its wings, I got the Panthers once again. Andy Dalton gets it done against the Bengals team. like was just said by Clint, hasn't started yet. So,
all right, who you got there?
Come on, lay down.
Who you got there, Earl?
I like the Bengals.
I like the Bengals also. I'm with Clint. I don't think
the Panthers just need it yet.
Yeah, they got some deficiencies. I think last week was more of the Raiders playing down and playing up. I like the Bengals in this one. I don't think they go 0-4. Rams on the road against the Bears. Who you like, Clint?
I like the Rams to keep it rolling. I'm still not convinced Caleb Williams can throw the ball for more than 200 yards. He's just not there, and Swift is playing like garbage. I like the Rams.
Who you like, Eric?
Definitely the Rams. Caleb Williams ain't ready, man. He take that fingernail polish off.
Right. Who you got, Pearly?
Ditto.
I think across the board, everybody likes the Rams this week, and McVay's in his bag right now. He's stirring things up. He did it. I hate to bring it up, Eric, but he did it against Charlotte in the second half last week.
Right.
And he's in the zone. I think he gets it done against the Bears. Caleb Williams, like I said, the jury's still out on him. Vikings 3-0 against the Packers 2-1. Who you like, Clint?
I think this really comes down to if Jordan Love plays, to be honest with you. If Love plays, I'll take Green Bay. If they don't, then I would go with Minnesota.
Who you got, Eric?
I am going to echo Clint. If Jordan Love plays.
Who you got, Earl?
Green Bay.
I like the Vikings. Even if Love plays, I don't think he's going to be 100%, and I don't think he's be as effective as he normally is. Yep. I think the Vikings pull this one out.
I agree with Pearly.
Like Minnesota.
I agree with Pearly. We're going with the Vikings, and I said because Flores got that defense playing unconscious. I think if it's Willis, the backup for Green Bay, he's going to really have him confused. Jedi mind tricks galore. And if it's Jordan Love, he's still coming off injury. He's still not going to be 100%, a little bit rusty. I give the advantage to Minnesota. I like Minnesota to win that one. And it's a division game. All right, we got the Jags and the Texans. We got to pick it up a little bit, fellas. Jags and the Texans.
Trevor Lawrence is playing like trash. I'll take the Texans. They're getting their weapons back. Collins is cleared to play.
All right, who you got there, Eric?
Jags and Texans. Let's go Texans.
There you go. All right. I like Eric. He just hang up the phone and walk in the studio. That's good stuff. Who you got there, Pearly? Texans or Jags?
I like the Texans.
I like the Texans to get it done at home, too, as well. Steelers on the road against the Colts. Who you like, Clint?
That's another yuck game. I actually think the Colts finally start to play like they're supposed to, and they'll get it done.
Yeah, I was thinking about that lean this week, too, there, Clint. Go ahead, Eric. Who you like, Steelers or the Colts?
I love the arm of Mitchell Richardson, but ultimately, with the Steelers rolling right now, go Steelers.
Who you got there, Pearly?
I think you see upset. 2.5 is not. I think it's a coin flip, and I just got the Colts at home. I'll go with the Colts.
The upset bird is flying, man, but I still don't believe Richardson is the one to upset the Steelers. I think they fall next week to my Cowboys, but I think the Steelers get it done on the road. I like the Steelers on the road, just based on the defense. Because if you have a defense, you can travel. Everybody knows this. All right, we got the Broncos and the Jets. Who you like?
I think last week was a fluke for the Broncos. I'm going with the old man Rodgers and the Jets.
Who you got, Eric?
Oh, trust me, with the running backs currently in sick bay in Denver, going with the Jets.
Yeah, go ahead, Pearly. Who you got?
I hate I can say this. They're going with them stinking lousy Jets.
Jets averaging 24 points over the last 2 games. Rodgers got the offense clicking. I like the Jets to win that one as well. Eagles and the Buccaneers. Who you got, Clint?
I like the Buccaneers. Godwin's good to play. So is Mike Evans. I think Bucky Irvin's going to take over. I like the Bucs.
Who you got there, Eric?
I hate the Eagles. Go Bucs.
Who you got there, Pearly?
I hate the Bucs. Go Eagles.
All right, well, I got to go with the Buccaneers. They're playing at home, and I think Philadelphia's got a tough road to hoe. They got a ton of injuries, especially to the wide receiver core. I like the Buccaneers. All right, there's the music, guys. Rapid fire. Here we go. Last set of picks. Commanders and the Cardinals. Who you like, Clint?
Arizona.
Who you like, Eric?
Cardinals.
Oh, I love the Commanders right now.
All right, I got to go with the Cardinals. They're in the desert. They're a different team when they play at home. Patriots and your 49ers, Eric. Who you like?
Bang, bang.
On to the next game.
I think we're all unanimous with the 49ers. Browns and the Raiders. Who you like, Clint?
I'm
Coin
going
flip.
with the upset Raiders.
Well, they're the actual favorite. So
Devontae Adams has been ruled out.
and Hutchinson.
Oh yeah.
And Hutchinson. Yeah, man. Browns.
Yeah, I got to go with the Browns in this one. Chiefs and the Chargers.
Yeah, Herbert's still not fully healthy, and Mahomes is Mahomes. So Chiefs.
Yeah.
We got to go with the Chiefs. I think we're unanimous with the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Bills and the Ravens.
Yeah.
That's going to be a great game. I like Buffalo to keep rolling.
Go ahead, Eric.
I like the Ravens to try to straighten up and fly right for once.
Who you got there, Pearly?
I like the Ravens. You know I ain't going with no Bills.
Yeah,
I go with
Bills
the
3-0, man. Until they get, you got to beat me to see different. Right now, I got to go with the Bills until they lose. Titans on the road against the Dolphins Monday night in the first game. Who you like there, Clint?
Yeah. I actually think the Titans are going to get it done. There's no quarterback answer in Miami, so Titans get it right and get going.
Same.
What you got, Pearly?
I go with my heart. I'm going with my heart.
That's why you lose.
Well, I'm going to go on record and say that you got Tyler Huntley, who could actually complete a pass, who's more athletic than Skylar Thompson, can run the football, and he was a Pro Bowler, damn it.
Skylar's not playing.
So there you go. Tyler Huntley.
Skylar's out.
Tyler Huntley going to start.
Yeah.
He going to play, and he going to make a deep completion to Tyreek Hill, another one to Waddle, and the Dolphins win at home.
Wow.
They got no rapport.
Dolphins win at home.
See why I love Naughty?
But it could happen, though. That's why I'm going with it, you know?
I could win the lottery, too.
Yeah, that could happen, too. Two Irishmen could walk out of a bar on St. Paddy's Day, too, and not be carried out. I get on the, yeah. Seahawks and the Lions Monday night. Who you like, Clint?
I like the Lions. I like the Lions. At home.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Lions, definitely.
Yeah.
Lions, unanimous decision, man.
Good, though.
All right, man. Well, we come to that point. We got to get to wrap things up. I appreciate you chiming in as always.
There's one quick one in there. I like Alabama over Georgia tomorrow.
What? Alabama over Georgia.
Yeah, never. Alabama over Georgia tomorrow.
Never. Well, I like the Lindsley School tonight. All right, there you go. So I appreciate you chiming in, Clint, Eric, and Earl, Mr. Producer, and everybody else who chimed in. Good stuff, man. We'll do it again on Monday. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your football. I can put my feet up and love myself. My Cowboys done won. See y'all in the clubhouse.
Whatever.
Yeah, see y'all Monday right here on Talking Heads.
Living with a neurological condition shouldn't define you. At Cleveland Clinic in Florida, we do whatever it takes to make life better today while discovering new treatments for a brighter tomorrow. From epilepsy management to specialized spine care and brain tumor surgery, we're delivering world-class neurology care for the day-to-day, for the days you live for every care in the world. Visit clevelandclinicflorida.org/Caribbean.
John, September sale has arrived, and you don't want to miss out on one of the greatest savings events of the year. 25% off shoes, bags, accessories, clothing, and appliances in any of our John Shoe stores or John's Fast Fashion Clothing store. 15% off Timberland brand products. And don't forget our nursing and hospitality uniform store, John's Care Wear, which is also 25% off everything. Want to help your dollar go longer? Then shop at John's in Palmdale or Carmichael Road. This September 21st through 28th. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
Why can't treat day be every day? Get the new KFC Value Box for only $9.95, packed with one piece of your favorite fried chicken, cheesy mashed potatoes, 3 100% real white meat nuggets, a buttery biscuit, a delicious dessert biscuit, and an ice-cold 16-ounce soda. Name a crunchier deal. You can't. Order your new favorite deal online with Messenger or WhatsApp Hi to 557-3663 to start your KFC order today. KFC knows value, and it's finger-licking good.
Are you tired of the same old 5K runs? Want something more? Then get ready for the Chick Charney Challenge City Run on September 28th, starting at Crypto Wild. Test your strength, stamina, and spirit. It takes all of you to dodge, climb, conquer obstacles as you race through the heart of the city. Lace up and get to the Chick Charney Challenge City Run. Register now on our website, chickcharneychurn.com, or on our social media pages. Brought to you by Colina, Island Yogurt, Advantage Insurance, Art of Graphics, Crypto Wild, and Guardian Radio 96.9.
You are invited to the 6th Caribbean Baseball Cup at the Andre Rogers Baseball Stadium, October 23rd through 28th, 2024. Bringing the action will be the national teams from Cuba, Curacao, Dominican Republic, U.S. Virgin Islands, St. Martin, and Team Bahamas. There will be 3 games daily from October 23rd to 27th, and the championship gold and bronze games on October 28th. Don't you miss it. The 6th Caribbean Baseball Cup at the Andre Rogers Baseball Stadium. Save the date, set your alerts, and be there.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
What's more likely?
Never say never, but never. That's always good.
I do love that. By the way, in case anybody needs to remember that was when he was asked, is he going to take the job at USC?
Right. And he was so annoyed.
That's
right.
Never say never.
So annoyed.
Never. That was his response. Never say never, but never.
Audacity to ask him that.
Somebody remember they asked him that? Hey, USC's job's open. Pittsburgh Steeler head coach Mike Tomlin, future Pro Football Hall of Famer Mike Tomlin.
Maybe you want to go take that job.
You want to take the USC job? Never say never, but never.
Well, 0 playoff wins since he said that.
Oh, my God.
I can't give you all the ingredients to the hot dog you might not like.
Hey, people hate facts.
Take a nice moment.
People hate facts.
Hey, just left
happy
your
Friday,
leg on that hydrant. What else,
good?
Chris? What else?
Hey, you guys good? What else other than saying hello?
What else?
Wow.
What else? I'm already in my mode.
You are.
For you to move on.
We know why you're not happy. All right. Undefeated team more likely to get got on the road. Vikings or Steelers?
Oh, well.
Steelers at Indianapolis. I'm gonna go most likely to get got on the road. I'm just, man.
I know you want to see Vikings so bad.
But I also just think that Aaron Jones going back there and the Vikings coming in and they're just overlooked every single time.
Yeah, we're waiting for the pumpkin.
The Steelers' defense against Anthony Richardson right now seems like good eats for them.
It's going to be a long day, I think.
All right, I'll just...
And Jordan Love might play. Likely.
Plus, it'll be better for me, for the Vikings to be 4-0, since I'm calling them their game in London. And since I never really... The football gods usually kick me in the nards. So I'll go Vikings.
You called Belichick's last win as a Patriot.
I did do that.
Come on, you're good.
All right.
All right.
I'll go Vikings there.
Vikings, okay.
Sure.
More likely...
Because the Packers are a better team than the Colts, I think.
Yes.
All right.
For sure.
What else?
With Jordan Love back.
What do you got?
More likely winless team to get their first W on the road. Titans or Jaguars?
I'll go Titans, man. I'll go Titans. But Snoop Huntley's going to get the start for Miami, and then all of a sudden Tyreek's just going to be...
He's playing a playoff game.
I understand, but it's his first start in a long time.
Yeah.
And that's Jeffrey Simmons, and that's L'Jarius Sneed. Dude, I would go Titans.
That was the hot
The Jaguars, I'm just so flummoxed.
Good word for it.
I am so...
Good word for it.
Shocked that they were non-competitive like that in Buffalo.
Yeah.
And that Trevor was skipping throws and
airmailing.
And Houston, I mean, dude, and I know what I'm saying here. It's not like Miami had a bed of roses in Seattle, but Houston just got curb stomped, man. They're going to go home and they're going to just want to pounce.
Unless we overrated them a little bit.
I'll go Titans here. I'll go Titans. What else, Chris?
Let's talk running backs. Running back is back. Is that something? I think it's likely, right? How about the back to top 150 total yards on Sunday?
Saquon
or Alvin Kamara?
Well, Kamara is dinged up in a way that Saquon is not. I'm going to go Saquon right now.
Okay.
I think Saquon is just...
Alvin's doing a little bit more receiving.
I think Saquon is... when you say Saquon is... Would you say he's front runner?
For what?
Offensive player of the year?
Oh, offensive player of the year.
Which always goes to the best offensive player that doesn't play quarterback?
Right. I think so, yeah.
Would you say that he's currently your
Let me check the odds.
3
real quick.
weeks front runner for offensive player.
He is. He's leading the odds right now.
Okay.
Justin Jefferson second.
So I'll go Saquon.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that one. How about breakout week 3 quarterback to do it again this week?
Bo Nix or who?
Oh, Andy Dalton or Jaden Daniels.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'll go Jaden Daniels, dude.
What? No love for the rifle? Come on.
I'm on board. I don't know if you've
Revenge game.
I don't know if you've been able to tell how many times have I brought him up on the show today.
Did you see what Jaden Daniels did to the Bengals last week?
I did. So to do it again,
Andy Dalton.
I hear you.
I think both could go off.
I'm going to go Jaden Daniels, man, dude. I am.
You're all in.
I'm buying. He's selling. I'm buying right now.
Yeah.
I am buying.
Rich was buying so much he benched him in our sleeper team.
Oh, dude, baby. Now, didn't you think that? No, but in all seriousness, no. Didn't you think that Jared Goff?
I did
in
think Goff
Arizona.
would play
You
well.
agreed
Yeah.
with it. I told you. I texted you. This is what I'm planning on doing.
Yeah, I was like, okay. I thought, well, Goff has been a little underwhelming.
Coming off a game in which they rely on 7 field goals to win.
Yeah, Goff has been a little underwhelming.
And then Jaden Daniels and you texted me after what was it after the last throw to McLaurin, or you did it in the fourth
might have
quarter?
been, or in
we
the
are
fourth.
not benching Jaden Daniels again.
Yeah, so it's like we have to play him now forever.
Yeah, and
Until
I'm
the
like
end of time.
sold. I'm like uncle.
Yeah.
Like my bad.
Well, his connection with McLaurin, we didn't see it. We didn't see it for the first couple.
Right, and then he did it twice.
Yeah. Okay, we're back.
Okay.
What's more likely? Kyron Williams rushes for 100+ yards and a touchdown, or Caleb Williams 300+ for the second straight game?
Let's see here.
Sneaky good game.
I know the Rams defense. Needed to come up with a couple plays last week, and they did it. But I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna go. Kyron Williams rushes for 100 yards and a touchdown again. I'll do that. Although I do think the Bears defense is going to have a good week. I think they like playing in Soldier Field.
Yeah,
I see them coming up with a.
You can kind of throw in the Rams.
I could see them come up with a couple of scores to help Caleb, that he doesn't have to put it all on his arm. And Kyron Williams last week, dude. I hope he follows it up. As you know, I have him in fantasy of the
flip play.
In the league I really want to win.
Pretty great.
In which Devin Singletary gave me 3 points last night.
I tried to warn you about that.
Did you really?
Well, I tried to let
not
you know.
loudly enough. What else?
You don't listen to
What
me.
were your other running back options?
I flexed him.
Oh.
I flexed him.
I would have
because the Cowboys couldn't stop a cold.
Cowboys run defense terrible.
And yet,
not anymore.
And yet we stopped
Hey,
the
how'd you
run.
like the Wolverine last night? Mozzie played his ass off last night.
Finally.
Okay.
It took a while.